What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about how basically our whole existence we're just here doing time. Think about going to prison. You do the crime, you got to do the time. If you don't want to do the time, don't do the crime. But what do we say about that with life itself? We have to work whether we want to or don't want to. When we're young, we're forced to go to school whether we want to or don't want to. By doing all those things, you're doing your time as a human being being born. This is how the routine works. This is how the system works. You're born. When you get to a certain phase, a certain age, this is where you got to start going now. You got to go to this place every day. You got to report to this place every day. Then you have a little bit off for 2 months or so from summer break bullshit. And then now you go to the next level from first grade, let's say second grade or kindergarten, first grade, whatever, you get what I'm trying to say. But you got to literally spend your whole childhood in a building you don't want to be in, school, prison. After that, you get a job, you go to college, or just get a job, whatever the hell. But with all this being said, we're just here literally doing time. Literally just putting, you know how the saying, you're putting mileage on a car? We're literally just putting mileage and wear and tear on our bodies. Instead of being here doing what we truly want to do, whatever that might be, we're just being told and forced to do things we don't want to do. Because we gotta survive. We gotta make ends meet so we don't live in the streets. So either way, you're miserable because if you don't work or find something to do, you're not going to make money and then you're going to live in the streets and, not be able to afford absolute nothing. But then if you work, yeah, you're getting a little bit of pay, but you hate what you do. And plus, most of it's getting taxed to the government anyway, so it's like, this is like what I made a while back called Twisted by the Balls either way. Well, that's basically true. You are sadly, us are sadly twisted by the balls either way. We don't want to go to jail. That's why when we do crimes, some people that do crimes, they don't want to get caught, obviously. Well, some people don't even want to put a risk in doing a crime because if they get caught, they know what's going to happen. They don't want to do that time. Can't say I blame them. But life is like really a big prison just in general because you're forced to do these things. Well, I mean, you don't have to do it, but if you don't do it, what are you going to do? You're not going to be able to live in a house or an apartment or anything like that. You're going to live in the streets. You're going to live off the grid, but it's not as easy as some people may think it is. Some people maybe could do it just fine, and that's good. But truth is, not everyone wants to go that route. Not everyone probably could be able to handle that route, And in a way, it's more of a headache in a way because you're hunting for food. You're looking, like let's say you live in the woods, you're trying to look for food or whatever the hell. So this is where I say it's like we're just fucked up either way. We're just here doing time. Instead of putting time to good use, we're just putting time to shit we don't want to do. We're putting time being somewhere we wish we rather not be, like school, for example, or wherever. That's why when we're at a certain place when we're at a place we don't like, we look at our clocks, our watches, whatever, and say, come on, can the time speed up? I want to get the hell out of here, man. It's fucking driving me crazy. Nope, got to do the time. You got to do the time slow, man, It's like jail, people count their days. Some people count their days, day 3 of however many more years or months or whatever that they're behind bars. Same thing with school and just shit in general, being at work. When can I clock out? I can't wait to clock out. I can't wait to clock out. We're just putting in the time. That's all we're doing. We're just putting in time, doing things we don't want to do. We're wasting away. We're wasting time. We're wasting time. We're wasting energy. We're wasting our bodies, you name it, by doing things we really don't want to do. But we have no damn choice. This is how society works. This is the way society is. Either you participate or you don't participate and suffer the consequences. Or you participate and basically still suffer the consequences because maybe you're not even making enough to still survive. And just also you're suffering because you don't like what you're doing. But you just don't see any other way because really there barely is any other way, unfortunately, It's the truth in that way. But I mean, we're just wasting precious time. This could be precious time, but it ain't precious because we're just we're literally just throwing it down the toilet. And just proof of that, we're saying to ourselves, I can't wait to clock out of here. I can't wait to it's this certain time because I know when it's that certain time, school or work or whatever is over. So in the meantime, we're just wasting away. We're just putting in miserable time. And me personally, I just don't know how people do this. I understand we have to do it. But the thing I don't understand is how people are just okay with it and don't see anything wrong with it. And then when people like me talk about these certain topics, we're crazy. We got to go on meds. We got to go see a therapist, whatever. Get an MRI. My head's got to get examined or whatever. You name the whatever the hell these morons say. But it's just the cold truth, man. I mean, I don't know how people live like this. It actually just physically makes me sick when I really think about it. That's why sometimes I try so hard to not think about it. I try to just distract myself sometimes, try to just go numb, if that makes any sense. Like I just try to sometimes empty my mind. At least I'm safe inside my mind. Just a little joke from a SpongeBob episode. But all kidding aside, man, like I try to just somehow try to numb some of the thoughts. It's not easy though, but there are times where I try to forget things. But then, of course, reality always sinks back in. No matter what, reality does, unfortunately, always sink back in. And that's the shitty part. This all goes back to why people do certain things. Drugs, people play video games, which is nothing wrong with playing video games. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with playing video games. But I'm saying all these things that we do is a distraction because we're trying to distract ourselves from actual life, from reality, from the original life. We're playing a game and, like, for example, Minecraft, a world in Minecraft or a certain game, you're playing in a map or whatever. So in that very moment, your thoughts and concentration is on that game. You're not really thinking about life and what this is going to be or what that's going to be. At that very moment, you're focused on the game and how you got to beat this certain level or whatever the hell. Your mind's focused on the game. And at that very moment, you're distracted from life, from actual life. And this is why people do these certain things. And I can't say I blame them. Sometimes I play games too. Minecraft. So, I used to play Call of Duty. I haven't for a while now. But I was never really into the Fortnite as much. I played it a little bit. But you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why people do these certain things. And it's nothing wrong with playing video games. Nothing wrong at all. I don't, I play sometimes. I used to play. I used to be a game head, but extreme. And I used to be like 3 a.m. on that thing, and for anyone that's currently doing that at 3 a.m, got nothing bad to say, man. Do what makes you happy. Distract yourself from this shithole. That's all I can say. Try to numb your pain as best as possible. If that's how you numb your pain, I definitely recommend to keep doing that if you wish, But I don't recommend anyone here doing drugs. But if people are doing drugs, I can't stop them. I have no right to tell somebody what they could or what they can't do to their bodies, I don't want no one to harm themselves or cause any, problems with themselves. But at the end of the day, the choice is totally up to us. But yeah, it's just a big, we try to distract ourselves from reality because reality is just stressful. It's just nothing but misery. It's nothing but pain, headaches, and it's like a never-ending battle. We all know life is temporarily, but the way reality is so cruel and so harsh, it just makes it almost feel like it's for eternity, for an eternity. Even though it's not, but it almost makes it feel like it is because, like I said in the past, things fly fast. Like before you know it, it's going to be Christmas again, which literally, Thanksgiving's getting right around the corner, which doesn't seem to be celebrated as much because I guess that just goes to show you there is nothing to be thankful for, which there really isn't. Certain things, don't get me wrong, but the majority of things, getting slaughtered by the elites, I don't see what's thankful about that, but yeah. But yeah, these certain things fly where holidays come right before your very eye. Holy shit, it felt like it was Christmas yesterday, or it felt like it was this specific day. Like a year just passes by so fast. but it just doesn't seem to fly for us to expire to get out of this shithole. That feels like it just keeps fucking prolonging and, you know, taking forever to happen. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, for example, you lose a loved one, someone you knew died. Before you know it, it's already 1 month that person's gone, 2 months, a year, 2 years, heck, 10 years. You know, feels like certain things like that mainly fly, but for us to just get out of this shithole, that feels like it just never happens. You know, that's fucking strange. I don't know how to, I just can't describe it. It's crazy. But, you know, it's just a sad life we live, man, and it's only getting worse as we speak. I mean, I don't even want to say what I hear on the news anymore. It's just so disturbing. I'm tired of saying all these negative things, you know? But the truth is, by me saying these negative things doesn't mean I'm negative, doesn't mean I'm sick or anything. I'm just describing life. It's really it. That's really all there is to it, you know? You know, I mean, seriously. But it's sad. Like, we just, you know, we don't want to do the time behind bars, so we try not to do no crimes, or if we do crimes, we try to do our best to not get caught, which is pretty hard nowadays with the way technology and all these cameras and shit. But what do we say with life? Like, I don't want to go to school, I don't want to do that. You're trapped. You got to do the time. Just being born, you're literally here to do your time, and then eventually you get to retire, possibly. But first, you got to put your time in. You know, you ever hear that saying, I put my time in, I put my time. That's all we do. We're just putting time. We're wasting away. We're literally rotting our time away. We're in our good form, let's say, and we're just working, putting a beating on ourselves, putting wear and tear. And then when we eventually could get our time over with, we're possibly beat up, can't even walk, or hunched, bunch of health problems. Now that's when you get to enjoy life. No, you should be enjoying life from the very moment. But instead, from the very moment, you're in a setting where you got to go to school. This is what you got to do. This is your time you got to put in first. Go to school. This is the whole time shit, whatever. Then you got to go to get a stupid job or go to college, or, you know, go in debt. This is all time progress, whatever process. Yeah. So it's all just a time process. And then if you're lucky, you may retire. Heck, you may even die before then, or whatever. Or you got to be a certain age to collect, you know, whatever. It's just what I'm trying to say. How all of this is, you're just here to do your time. That's it. And then you die. You served your time. You served to the government. You served like a little sheep. Congratulations. Now get in there and rest in peace. You did your share. That's basically it. We did our share. We did our share by wasting away our energy and precious time to just go back into a non-existent state when we die. I'd just rather have never came out of existence from the start. Because it just doesn't make any sense to me in any way, form, why I gotta be born and do all this stupid, pointless, meaningless, stressful bullshit to just fucking die and basically go back into the same pretty much era again. Well, whether there is an afterlife or not, still, why can't I just go straight to there? Why do I gotta do this stupid bullshit for? What's the real reward to all of this? What's the reason to all of this? There is no fucking reason to all of this. Excuse my language. But really, there is no friggin' reason to all of this. Why can't I just go to the afterlife and be happy like we all deserve to be? Why do we got to suffer from this? Why does that person got to have lesser problems while this poor person's got to have more problems? Why can't we all just have no problems? That's the thing we'll never have in this world. There's always someone that's got to have problems. Somebody may luck out while the other person is paying the ultimate price. And I say to myself, what is the point in all this suffering? What is the real fucking reward in the end of all this suffering? There is no reward. This shouldn't ever even be. This shouldn't have even happen at least in my opinion. I just find it all just a big waste of time. I really do. But yeah, I mean, deep there. I went deep there, but it's fucking true, man. I went pretty deep there, but somebody has to, man. Somebody fucking has to. Just crazy. I can't believe this is what we're dumped into. I just can't believe this whole mess. And we're literally just trapped doing time in the mess before we can eventually escape the mess. If we could even escape the mess. I mean, we're all going to eventually escape the mess at some point when we die. But you get what I'm trying to say? In the meantime, we're just trapped in a mess. And I'm not talking no mess like, clean your room mess. I'm talking about paying bills for the rest of your life mess. You're doomed in this mess until you die, man. What kind of shit is that? Life's a gift and you're paying bills? Think about this, man. How's life a fucking gift when you're paying for every little thing? How's life a gift for when you get paid and it's not even all guaranteed your money? Heck, they even pull out your money at an ATM. You're paying like $3, $4. I don't know how much exactly, but I mean, for me, it was like $3 or $4 just to get my own money. I'm paying money to get my money. What the hell is this? What is this shit? There's a whole bunch of bullshit. Even the light's like, what the fuck? I give up. I'm signing off, man. Can't say I blame the damn light. I want to do the same, be honest, man. But I mean, Jesus Christ, it's just, I could just go on and on and on about how fucked up this whole existence is. It's crazy, man. I mean, like, when I see a baby or when I hear a baby just was born or whatever, I look at it as that poor baby's dumped into a mess. Now, if you're a parent that's, poor, struggling financially, then that baby's really dumped in a deep, deep mess. But no matter how you look at it as, being born in this world, period, is just a complete mess. There's stages of the mess. You got a low mess, you got a medium mess, heck, you got a high mess. But no matter where you look at it as, it's all a mess, and you really wouldn't want to be in any part of the mess. But, of course, the high mess is being with a broke family, broke, parents, two parents that can't rub nickel and dime together, or quarters, however you say it. nickel and diming. They can't even rub that together, but yet they could have a kid, and now that poor kid's in a real deep high mess due to their stupidity. At least be financially stable to have a damn kid. That's at least one thing I gotta say. I mean, don't have a kid at all. That's what I really recommend. But if you're gonna have a kid, man, at least be really, really financially stable. Because you gotta realize you're always gonna bring your kid in a mess. Because the kid may have problems. Heck, the kid may not have problems. And I hope the kid don't have problems. For whoever's currently pregnant watching this video, I hope you do have a healthy child. But please note and know this too. You, unfortunately, are bringing him or her into this mess of hell. Into this stupidity of a world that we call planet Earth. And it sucks. It sucks. This is why the smartest thing humanity can ever do, which of course it won't ever happen because humanity will never be smart. Humanity will be a dumb for eternity. You can't fix stupid. It's a very true saying. But if we were smart, we would stop reproducing, and that's how the system eventually starves. There won't be no more mess. There won't be no more mess once we all die out. Still going to be a mess in the meantime, but at least we ain't bringing a new mess into the world. Well, bringing a new child into the mess of the world, I should say. I don't want to call the person it's his or herself a mess, but what I'm trying to say is bringing the child into this damn mess. There won't be any more of that. But anyway, guys, I am going to wrap it up for now. And I am going to say this once more because I know there's new people that come across the channel. If you guys leave a comment down below and somehow you see it get deleted, please know that that is not me. YouTube does this crap all the time. They even delete my comments. Like, there's sometimes somebody asking me a certain question and I reply back to them. And all of a sudden, I go to look back on that guy, like I go to try to refresh it, and my comment's not there. I'm like, what the hell? Didn't I reply back to this guy? First, I'm saying maybe I didn't, or maybe I didn't send it, but I did. I find out that they're deleting my crap too. I don't know why. Certain things you say, and the funny thing is I have it set to allow all comments, so people should have the right to say what they want to say, even if it's inappropriate. It says allow all comments, so it says, due to it saying that, it should be allowed to everything, but I guess that means absolute bullshit. Because they're still deleting shit, and they're still censoring shit or whatever. Censoring shit. I mean, I don't know. YouTube's something, man. YouTube's something. But I just want to, I always like to point that out. The people that'll be like, Justin, you say this all the time. And I know because I'm saying it to people that just come across the channel that aren't aware of this. So that's why I keep repeating myself in that way, because I don't want people here thinking, there are people sometimes that comment and say, why do you keep deleting my comment, man? And the truth is, I'm not. It's YouTube, man. I don't know why they do that. Maybe if you say a swear word, they delete it, or I mean, even people write just regular normal things and it gets deleted. When I mean by normal, like no swearing, people write nothing inappropriate, and sometimes YouTube still gets rid of it. I don't know why. Just a bunch of morons. But just want to point that out. It's not me doing it. I'm not the type of guy. Even if you don't, like, for example, if you say something, like you don't agree with what I'm saying, I'm still not going to delete it. Maybe I won't heart it, but due to that, I'm not gonna delete it or anything. However, if people are nasty, like, if you're saying nasty things about me or just people in general in the comment section, then maybe, yeah, I will possibly remove the comment. Yeah. And maybe even block you. But other than that, I'm not the type that's going to do that. I'm not going to remove comments. Everyone should have the right to say what they want to say as long as they keep it friendly. That's all I ask, as best as possible. And we won't have a problem with me deleting anyone here's comments. So if that's the case, it's not me. It's YouTube's stupid asses. But yeah, that's all I got to say for now, guys. I'm going to cut it short for now. And until next time, peace out.